Next speaker with Mrs. Marwa Diaa. She is public policy analyst and researcher, advocate for inclusion and education of people of determination by UAE. She is also a mother of an Angelman.
Good morning. My presentation will be in English. I'll be talking about communication challenges in Angelman syndrome, not from the professional perspective, because I'm leading it for the professionals of their meeting, but from a parent's perspective, and it's quite different. This is my Hannah. She's 10 years old. She has Angelman syndrome, and she's my reason for being here, and she's my reason for taking this 10-year journey with Angelman syndrome. I will be talking about the communication needs for our kids, the challenges that they face, and the new method of nonverbal communication, which is AAC, augmentative and alternative communication, and how to make it really work. First, let me walk you through this beautiful story, and let's see how it goes. Eddie the Elephant has something to say, written by Alison Jones and illustrated by Tara Putt. Eddie is a regular elephant. Just like any elephant, he likes to eat and roll in the mud, play with his friends. He's very social, as you can see. And he has lots of ideas. You can see lots and lots in his mind. He has a slight, small problem. When he tries to talk, his tongue gets all twisted and no words come out, just like our kids. But he's very clever. He's using non-verbal communication methods like pointing, like acting out his thoughts, and maybe some sign language. And his friends are pretty good in guessing what he's thinking. But sometimes, his friends are still can't get what he's thinking of, and this makes Eddie feel frustrated, just like our kids. Like this one time, he wanted to play with Zebra, and in his mind, he wanted to play tag. So he acted out how to play tag, and he started running. But Zebra didn't get it. He thought he wanted to chase, and he ran after him. And Eddie was so frustrated and sad. Why didn't Zebra get me this time? So he went, okay, I'll go to another friend. I'll go to the line. I want to play hide and seek, and I will act out hide and seek, and he's hiding behind the tree. And Lion was like, why is Eddie doing like that? Maybe he's not in the mood to play. Okay, we will not play. Eddie is again frustrated and so sad. Why no one wants to play with me? He goes to Giraffe. He's being sad, he doesn't want to play anymore, and he started crying. So Giraffe was like, oh, maybe he doesn't want to play. Maybe he's just sad and maybe he's hungry. Okay, I'll give you my favorite snack. Take some leaves. Eddie is even more frustrated because he doesn't like leaves. He hates leaves. Eddie is now frustrated. Why can't my friend understand me? Okay, you said that he's clever. He came out with an idea. I can make something that will let my friends know what I'm thinking about. He worked all night and day on a device, putting all words and symbols and pictures, and easy for him to use. And now it's ready, and he's calling it Stopper. Reddy can't wait to share his ideas with his friends, and he's so happy. He goes straight to Zebra. Now he's clear about what he wants and what he wants to play. He tells Zebra, let's play tag. And Zebra goes and plays with him and chases after him, and so happy. He goes again to Lion, I want to play hide and seek. And they do again play, and they're so happy. Finally, he went to the giraffe and tells her, I hate leaves. And he spent the whole day playing with his friends, having the doctor right in the middle, communicating, expressing, and laughing. And he's so happy that now he can make his friends understand him. Yes, he's still using all the non-verbal communication that he's been using, the pointing, the acting out, but he's now complementing it with a new device, the doctor. He's so happy, he can't wait to share more of his ideas to him. So this is our kids, in a nutshell. They are very expressive, not only wants and needs. They are go beyond wants and needs. And I told my son when telling his sister, you're too verbal for a non-verbal kid. And it's true. On the downside, because they're so expressive, they're also expressive about their emotions of frustration, objection, anxiety, and they resort to aggression when they want to express this kind of negative emotion. This is Hannah, and this is a message from my LSA, a recent message that has been getting lately, that Hannah has been very aggressive and she's been hitting, and she's of course being put on time out. I'm not saying that the school does not know how to deal with her. They have been trying to deal with different things, but when it comes to inclusion, it's not tolerable for them. So they try to do whatever they can to make her behave in a better way. But guess what? The reason was not one of the mentioned ones. Not because she's frustrated or sad or tired. It was because of a medication effect. She's taking a seizure medication, and the dosage recently has increased. And it was like, I really didn't think about it. I discussed it with my husband, and he was like, Marwa, don't you think that it might be because of the tetra? Remember years ago, it was just like that, and had a very rough period. Please go and tell the school, and this is what we did. So as you see, anytime there is an aggression, there is an emotion, there is a frustration, we have to do aggressively, just like with the baby. But our kids' demands are more complex than just the baby's needs. So we have to have an alternative. We cannot stop here. We need to have an alternative. This is where AAC comes, the augmentative alternative communication. It includes all the nonverbal communications, facial expressions, and gestures. This is where our kids are good at. The sign language, they are good at it, but because of the fine motor skills, they do adaptive sign language because of the fine motor skills. Of course, this part of the technology, we want the communication and the texting. This is where we want to work on. This is available devices on the market, from original picture book, the texting devices, virtual keyboards, and physical keyboards. The market is full. However, just having the device does not give the kid a communication skill. The parents, we need to support our kid in this. And it's a long journey. I wish it a really long one, and not an easy one, actually. I have to be honest. But we have to take it. Hannah is 10 years old. I got her iPad when she was 4, just to download a very famous program, because I felt that, yes, this would be it. And it's taking me 6 years until now. And this year we're seeing real progress. I had to start knowing about AAC, educate myself. I have to find a qualified communication therapist, and I'm going to tell you they're not the qualified one, they're few. And I have to explore the options that I've shown you in the market and choose the best one for my kid, because it will be something that will be in the family, in the house, I will be using. So it has to be something I'm comfortable and also something good for my kid, suitable for my kid. We have to get trained, and I have to use it in front of my kid, just without expecting my Hannah to use it. Just like when you're talking to a baby, and you're just talking and not expecting him or her to reply to you. And then when Hannah was ready, she started babbling on her talker, and now with many repetitions, it's getting there. We are getting there. When I say getting there, it's like one time I would know what's in her mind. That day in the school, when she was not in a good mood, she pointed to her topper, Mom, Dad, call, Stevie. That's why her LSA told me, I think she's not feeling very well. And that was a moment of success. In the meantime, it's not only about supporting their AAC journey, it's also supporting them when this behavior episodes start. We have to have a discussion group with everyone who's dealing with your kid. As I told you, my husband was the one who told me about it might be the tantrum. LSAs, teachers, nannies, therapists, friends, everyone. We have to come up with a real reason for her behavior because they are not aggressive by nature. We have to dig for the reason and don't label and don't blame. Professionals need your help. We can't do without you. As I told you, the centers should provide more qualified therapists who work on AAC and give us and our kids the required training. Schools also, the teachers in the school should be aware. I was the one who introduced this concept in Hannah's school, and we talked about it and we're using it, and they applied it to other kids, and they educated the parents about other kids. So if the school already knew about that, it would have been easier, and the journey might be short. We have to spread awareness like we're doing now, and a kid with a daughter communicating with should be a normal sight. The problem here that I faced, not me alhamdulillah because I don't have this type of language barrier. Definitely, that's why I feel that in a special school and Hannah in an inclusion school. And even inside the inclusion schools, there are many options. It's not only the one inside the one class, there is the integrated option where they have other special class inside the whole school, and then they still get to meet their friends in breaks and stuff. Yes, kids are smart and they might be a little bit overwhelmed when it comes to dealing with our kids, but they're trying to. My experience is completely God-sent because my kid was in the school from the start. Now kids, they just know that it's just Hannah, and they're very kind and loving, and they invite her to birthdays and play days, and I was like, okay. And I was very intrigued, like, I want to see what they're doing, how they're doing, but they can't, and they can deal with. So you see what is best for your child, what is best for this case. The LSA, this is truly, we had the first time we had the LSA, it was from the school, and I didn't feel that she was well trained. I got my own LSA. I let her go with all the therapy sessions that Hannah goes to, so that she listens and knows how to be best with Hannah. So, like, yes, that's where we should step in, your own child's first defense line.